Back with another video, getting a bit faster at making these, which is pretty cool. Just here in our LA office space. It's a co-working space that we're in. Some of the team is back there. Been a bit busy day today. I'm in the process of hiring, so I've actually 3 interviews today that I need to do, plus some other phone calls and stuff. But yeah, fully focused on this hiring. That's the focus. In this video, I'm going to be going through how you build a team, what I look for when it comes to hiring, all the experiences I've had I would say I've hired around 30 people probably today, with a bunch of different contractors, freelancers, outsourced, people in different countries. So I'm going to go through all of that in this video. But for now, I need to start prepping for the first interview. It's for the head of business in LA. She's very experienced, has run loads of different campaigns and worked with some high-end influencers. I think she even did a campaign for Kylie Jenner. Stay tuned, because in this video I will be going through how to build a team and all of that stuff. That's super important for anyone that's trying to build a successful business. So yeah, we'll do that then. What is up? I am just still here. It is night time. It's pretty dark outside. So I guess in the beginning of this video I was saying that I'm going to be talking about hiring and my experience around that. Just before I get into that, I'll summarize some of the interviews I had today. So I'm actually hiring for a business development role here in LA, which is a head of business role, someone who's going to lead operations over here. First one was a woman named Stephanie. She's really experienced actually in this field of influencers. She had done a lot of campaigns around influencer marketing, probably around 50 different campaigns. So a campaign is where a brand would reach out to a marketing agency to go and find them like 100 influencers to like launch a new product, for example. So that's an influencer campaign, and normally someone's in charge of making that happen. So she had done a lot of those. She had also had experience in managing influencers, as in their actual managers, who, what a manager does is they broker deals. So if you're an influencer, you have a lot of followers, you can have a manager, and a brand will come to you and say, hey, we'll pay you this much to work, or an agency will come to you and say, hey, we'll pay you this much, we're representing this brand. They will negotiate that deal, look through the contract, etc., which is kind of like dying anyway in the industry, because most people can do that themselves now, or just get a lawyer. But anyway, so that was her experience. We went and talked through it. She knows some pretty big agencies here in the US, which is great for us. It's pretty good. We talked to a lot of things. I think the key things to there is to, when you're interviewing someone, is to not just talk, but try and like dig deep into what you actually did. So a lot of people have a habit of saying, oh yeah, I did this huge project for Nike, and you're like, great. But in reality, of course, there was like 30 people involved. So it's about like, what did you actually do? Can you spell that out? What was it? Like talking you through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, what did you do? And then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of stuff and start challenging what someone did on how they did. If they're like, oh, it was a huge success, you gotta be like, but how did you measure that, Was there some actual metrics? Was there a call to action? Like, how do you know it was successful? Especially when you have campaigns for brands, the agency putting the campaign together would be like, oh, it's a huge success, but really the brand is the one that can actually answer that question properly, right? Because the brand is the one that can know, did it actually make any money? Whatever the end goal of the campaign was, that if it was followers, if it was sales, was it visitors to the website, was it signups? So wherever it was, you'll only know by actually speaking to the brand or finding out. So yeah, that was the first one. Second interview, it was with it was a guy, his name was Ty, short for Tyler, because it's LA, everyone has short cool names. He was very creative, so he was the guy that like pitched and did the creative for like the Beats by Dre campaign, some new Jordans that he's done the campaign for. He was very creative. We need someone more operational, who's actually understands how to launch a business for someone. But yeah, he was great to speak to, had some good ideas. I probably will end up following up with him around some creative stuff, but not the right person that we needed, but was still very cool. People are different out here in LA, so a lot of people are very, a lot more creative from the looks of it. So yeah, it's a learning aspect for me. The third interview didn't show up. It's going to be tomorrow now. I also ended up meeting a potential investor. They reached out to us. It's called Craft Ventures. They are one of the investment firms in Bird, Reddit, SpaceX. So I had a good chat with them. They've asked for a second meeting, so I'll see if you can squeeze that in the next 2 weeks I have here in LA, see how it goes. We're not really actively looking for investment, but at the same time, if the right opportunity comes, you never know. They look to invest quite large amounts, so I need to kind of figure out what it that we're doing. Maybe speak to the board or something, kind of see what they are saying. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Now let's get into why you should have a team or how you can actually get a team, especially if you're starting out. Alright, so to get into, if you're trying to build a team, what is it that you could be doing? So for anyone that's like starting up, the best thing is to just start using like freelancers. You can go on websites like Upwork, which is quite well known in the world. In the UK, there's like People Per Hour, there's a couple of others, and you can just go and look for freelancers to do stuff that you cannot do. So if that is, you need to find someone to create your website, or if you need to find someone to put together content strategy or do some marketing for you or this. So in the early stages, you could probably learn most things and do them, but at some point when you start getting there, you start bringing people in. So I would suggest, kind of what I did as well, I started bringing people in that know what they're doing, to get us off the ground, and then I moved on to hiring. And with hiring, it's really, really tough, and in my opinion, that's the make or break of a business, whether you can bring the right people in, because at some point you get to a stage where you just can't do everything. You need other people, and most importantly, you need people to have actual skill to come in and help grow different areas of your business. So yeah, that covers like, in the initial stages, do things yourself, get some freelancers on board, just get them to do certain tasks for you. But then from that point, when you need to scale, and it's about building a team around you, because that's when you can really start doing things that you could never do before. And that was the case for me. So I started bringing in people. First one was someone who had more like website and development skill than I did. The second person was someone really like a senior developer who could start developing things I have no idea about. And it just grew from there. Then it was someone on the business development side, someone on the product manufacturing side, and someone on the content side, and like that's grown and grown and grown. In that, I think the key thing is to try to hire yourself. So like, don't go to agencies. You can actually on LinkedIn sign up for LinkedIn Recruiter. I think it starts from like £50 up to like 2,000, depending on what exactly features you're looking for, and you can start headhunting people. So most of the initial people I found was actually searching on LinkedIn. So what you can do is you can search a job title and then see everyone with that job title will come up in London, or you can search for a company. So that's what I do a lot. So I look for like, if someone, we are trying to hire someone from, let's just say, another tech company, I can search that tech company, put developer in, or full stack developer, or PHP developer, and start seeing who works there and start emailing. It's crazily effective. Most people get back to you because most anyone working in any working capacity is on LinkedIn, even though people probably not admit it. The fact is that they are, and if they get a message saying, send them a casual message saying, hey, what's up, this is what I'm doing, would you be interested in a coffee? Go and meet them, speak to them, and that's probably the number one way. Second way is, if you are dying in need to hire someone really fast, is to go to a recruiter. Recruiters charge between 15 to 20% on someone's salary. So if you were to hire someone on a £30,000 salary, it means that you'll be giving them £4,500 upwards for just getting you to hire someone. So that's the second way you can hire someone. Then it's about interviewing. What I like to do is I always do a telephone interview first, in that I can get to kind of gauge of like what type of person they are, how they come across. So that's kind of like the first thing that I do, which is telephone interviews. It's a great way of figuring out like what someone's like. Do they really have the experience that you're looking for? Do they even understand the job spec or what we do as a business? That's where I try to gauge really from like a high level, like, is this person anything in any way, shape or form can do something that we need. And I think a lot of that is a lot of people who say, hey, so I see that, you know, your last job you worked in, let's just say this media company, what did you actually do? And what they'll start doing is they'll start explaining what the company does. And they'll really focus on the company and their successes and what's happened there, and they just wouldn't be able to explain what they did. In comparison, when someone is really good, as soon as you talk to them, they'll get into their mind and they'll just be going off on like what they did and how it worked and the problems they had and this, and that's when you kind of normally know that, okay, this guy is clearly, they've been through something in the past, so they have that experience. Second thing, if that goes well, is come in and I'll try to meet them, either myself or another team member, and in that would be going through the same things. I talk kind of less, and immediately I would be looking for like, can you show me? So like with the interviews today, they were like, oh, I worked with this influencer, this campaign. So I was like, cool, which influencer? And while they're talking, I'll search for them on Instagram and have a look at them and start asking questions. Because immediately, like, let's get into it. Like, you're saying that you did this one thing, but show me, let's get into it. So if you're hiring for a marketing person who's like, yeah, I've run Facebook ads, I get amazing results, you know, my clients are this, straight I'll be like, cool, what client, what's the ad, can you show me the ad, can you jump into Facebook, show me the numbers, like, show me, like, you have to be able to show. Or as the interviewer, you need to be able to like see. The more you can see is then you know if it's real or not. And then it becomes very clear. In all honesty, I've probably interviewed around, I would say 100 people, and hired for like 20 to 30 people. And in that space, there's very rarely people that can like show and keep coming back with responses to everything you're asking, rather than like, oh, I can send it to you after, well, I need to find it. Like I asked one today, can you tell me, to the second person I interviewed, I was like, can you tell me 3 agencies on top of your head that are like big here that we could probably partner with, so big talent agencies? And he was like, I can't really think of any on top of my head. And that was a bit like alarming for me, because for someone that was claiming to know the influencer scene here in LA, know everything, like you should know which agencies are the ones that we should be working with. So that was a big red flag. I like that it's the right way to test people, to figure that out. Normally from there, I would set them a task as the last stage of the interview. For developers, that's been a test where they come in and develop something in front of us, which the guys would like put together for them, which could be like, make this screen, this button, and it pulls this data, shows it in this way, or whatever the case may be. For other people, it would be a case of, for a business development person, is like, can you find someone online or an influencer that you think could have their own brand, what products they would sell? You know, I would give them a real task to put together and present to me or the team at the last stage of the interview, and then it comes together. So that's kind of like how hiring works in like a full-fledged business. Of course, if you're small and starting out, but you can still do a level of that, because then you will find people who like really understand your business, really understand what you're doing. Because if you can't trust them 100%, then you shouldn't hire them. You have to trust them enough that you will leave them like in your house with your belongings. You can like, you know, they can take your mom out for lunch and you wouldn't mind. Like, the fact that's how you need to trust someone enough, because they're literally going to be working for your business, and that is so important. Trust is everything. And the business, to be fair, for anyone small who's starting out their own business, is your baby, is your thing. So that's huge. So after I go through that process and then they come on board, and onboarding is very important as well in companies that people kind of look over now in 2019. Now, it's very important that the onboarding experience is amazing, meaning that the first day that they come in, the table, the PC, everything is set up, everything's in line, the contracts are signed, do everything like quite cool, make them feel welcome, you know, make them feel nice, go out for lunch, all that kind of stuff, introduce them to the team. So as much as you can do to integrate someone in, the better it'll be. So that's what I would say about hiring. And generally having a team around you is extremely important. Most people that I know that have scaled or built a business or done any success is because they've built a team around them. But don't let that like scare you, because a lot of people get scared that I don't know anything, how am I going to hire a team at this? You just have to try like step by step. Start with freelancers, it's easy. You normally pay them a day rate, so if they end up not being good, just tell them, see you later. And that's pretty much it. It was a pretty good day. I have another interview, I think of 2 tomorrow. Then I'll see if you want to make a decision based on that. We have actually hired 3 people back in the London office this week, so I've been busy with that. Actually had a telephone interview today with a developer. I did the 3rd stage interview myself. The first 2 were the team in London, so that's happened, which was cool. We're just sitting here, you guys are behind me. That's it. Hope you like this video. Been doing a lot more of this stuff, gonna keep doing it. I kind of just enjoy it. It's not even about the views or anything, I just want to document the journey. When I look back at it, even months from now, every video I've ever made, when I look back at it, it's pretty cool, because you get to live it again. You know, from going from working in a 6-person bedroom in a small bedroom by myself to like now sitting here with a team of 25 and some guys here with me, setting up an office here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I want to document and enjoy this. But yeah, hope you liked the video. Give it a like, and let me know anything else you want me to cover in future videos, and we out.